How's it going, guys? Today I am teaching you what, in my opinion, is Randy Rhoads' darkest solo, Diary of a Madman. Now, I absolutely love this solo. Diary of a Madman is a perfect album, in my opinion. I still can't get over the fact that they recorded that in 6 weeks, and it was all a rush job, and it still turned out, in my opinion, far better than Blizzard. And Diary has such an air of mystery about it, because only a limited number of tracks were played live. Over the Mountain, Believer, and Flying High Again. No one's seen Randy Rhoads play Diary of a Madman except for those who were in the studio watching it being recorded on the day. So whether this is exact or not, I don't know. I think it sounds very close. I didn't use tab or anything like that because I don't look at that stuff. I prefer listening to things by ear and enjoy figuring things out. And as far as I'm concerned, I've used what knowledge I've gained, if you like, from other Randy Rhoads solos to fuel my figurings out for this. I hope that makes sense. Before I get going, I'm going to tell you about the tone for this video, because I managed to achieve it using all the wrong equipment. I'm using this Cort KX500 Pale Moon, which has Seymour Duncan Sentient and Nazgul pickups. It's completely stock. And for the raw tone, I am using my ToneX pedal, using the Van Halen 78 to 79 Brown Sound collection. I'm using, for the rhythm tones, a preset called Set to Explode, which sounds like this. Sounds really good, came way closer to it than I thought I would. And then in the demo version that I did, which I hope hasn't been taken down, I will upload it somewhere if it didn't make it into this video, I'm using a preset called Kinky, which, whatever that means. Then I added my own effects and reverbs and things using my Yamaha THR32. And in the demo version that I did, I actually doubled the solo like Randy Rhoads did, learned it and just literally stacked 2 takes on top of one another and panned one left and right. Here's the solo isolated, just to prove I'm not a studio animal. Here's lick number 1 from that solo. So it's got a little bit of harmonic minor meets natural minor going on there, so we're picking that first note there on the 5th fret of the high E. You can choose whether you hammer on and pull off there or not, but I recommend picking those notes simply because you can stay in time a little bit more. That always feels weird there, doing that flat 5 there meets minor 3rd. Okay, then you've got this little thing here. The root there, and then you're going down to what would be a G sharp there, although we're tuned down half a step if you're not already, you're including that 6th fret there on the D string. So far you should have this slowly. That's lick number 1 there, get that up to speed. For those of you who've learned Over the Mountain in the past, it feels very similar under the fingers. When played, lick 2 is bolted directly to the arse end of lick 1, but it's a little easier to break it up and memorize it if I break it up this way. It's very small, but what you've got there, you're on the D string there, 7th fret, you're going to slide up to that 9th fret there, then go back to that 6th fret there. And you're not making a point of that 9th fret there, you're not landing on it because it would sound too melodic and too weird. It's like he slides into it really aggressively and then comes back. Then you've got 8, 6, 7 on the A. Then you go down to the 4th fret there on the low E to finish that lick there. Sorry. So to hear that with lick number 1, there you go, how cool's that? Lick 3 is my favourite part of the entire solo, it's just so cool. Whether he played it exactly like that, I don't know, but it feels like that and it sounds right. And what you've got here is the 8th fret on the G, over to the B string there, 5, 6, 5, and then back to 8 on the G. Up to 5 again on the B string, and then what we're going to do is slide up to 8, then play 9 there on the high E, so then go back to 8 on the G. Then we slide up and do an E major trio. So that's 13 on the G, 12 on the B and high E. Then we go 13, 12 on the high E. So that's so cool. Absolutely love that so much. Lick 4 and 5 sort of collide and roll into one really, but I'll break it down the best I can. Here it is slowly. Without the track, that just sounds weird. But just to break that down for you there, you've got 12, 13, 16, and then back down. Onto the B string. Same fret numbers, and then we've got over on the G string, 14, 13, 14. We then climb back up to 12 on the B. Slide up to 16, play 17 and 16. So then we go over to the high E, we've then got 20, 19, then 16. Really weird, and a cool little tonal tip for you here. Pick over the neck humbucker here, it really changes the pick attack and you can hear a big difference. Really adds to that sort of randy tonal quality that you had where you can really hear the pick digging in. Sounds different than it would be over in the middle ground between both humbuckers. See the difference? Subtle, but it counts. Lick 6 is a doddle. If you've learned any Randy Rhoads solos before, we're starting off in the A minor pentatonic, but beginning on the 17th fret there of the A string, and we're going up in groups of 3. Then when we get to the end, we've got a bend that requires a little bit of explaining. It's definitely more of a feel thing that I've got to try and explain here. You're bending up what is essentially a whole step, but you're playing with that bend. Then when you get to the end, you're not hammering it with vibrato like a lot of you might naturally want to do if you've learned a lot of solos like this. You're sort of gently tickling the fretted note on the 20th fret. Almost pushing it sharp in a weird kind of way, and that actually adds to the intensity in my opinion. It's very hard to explain and break that down, but that's the idea there. I'll play it slowly again for you. And that would be the solo wrapped up. What's so great about this solo, it's not difficult to do, it's the note choice that makes it so special. When a lot of people pile into solos like Crazy Train, I Don't Know, maybe Revelation Mother Earth, Mr. Crowley, the obvious ones that people have heard to death, stuff like this is so refreshing to learn, I think, if you want to explore more of Randy Rhoads' style. Sato is another one. Another great solo of his. which I've always thought was really cool, which nobody talks about, is a track called You Said It All, which was a B-side to, I believe, a Mr. Crowley single a while back. Some of you might correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong, but that is an amazing solo as well, which includes loads of double stops and stuff. I might talk about that because I know that too. If you want me to do that, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you've liked what you've seen. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to do some more Randy Rhoads solos, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. I taught Sato a good long time ago now, and certainly a few licks from other solos that he's done, but nothing quite like this where I've done a full breakdown of it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.